I like using these in the morning, especially when you're in a cold
Do
country.
you like using what?
That like in the morning,
You said these.
these I like
Inside joke, guys.
I like turn it on and I just leave it and I just lay on the bed and it just gets my whole body like warm because
Yeah.
I can't get out of bed when I'm like cold because I always leave my window open at night
Hmm.
because I can't sleep with the window closed. But then in the morning I'm like it's super cold in the room and it's
Yeah.
like hard for me
Yeah.
to get out of bed. So it's like I like having that there.
Do you sleep with socks on?
Depends.
So this is interesting, but socks actually help significantly because it takes the blood circulation. Like I don't know how to fucking. I'll probably say this wrong now, but with the blood circulation, it keeps it in your hands and your feet because those are the places in which you lose the most body heat. I think it's head, hands, and feet. But because you're keeping those warm, the blood flow goes through there and it's all right, and then you feel good. But like when you don't wear socks, that's when the blood flow can get a bit shitty because it gets cold, and uh, and that's when you feel cold because that's where you lose the most heat. So that's why I always wear socks to bed unless it's really fucking hot.
Yeah. Sometimes I leave the windows like open, like full on, and I just sleep with my clothes on without the blanket. I kind of
Mm.
manage it in a way. It depends. Because then I like sleeping with my clothes on, like without the blanket and the window open. Because when I wake up, I'm like ready to go. If that makes sense. I just get up and I just go.
So I was in my head trying to work out if you were talking about pajamas then, or you go to bed with like a suit on and then you your eyes open as you wake up and you're like, oh, time for work, and you just literally just go sit out your chair.
Oh,
But
I used to do that when I
yeah,
worked in McDonald's. Just come home, go to sleep, wake up, back to work.
that's so bad.
I know.
It's fucking awful. Oh man. But yeah, socks are pretty good. Socks and glycine works the fucking charm. If you feel too hot, the glycine will sort you out. Get the window open so you get fresh air, and it's the way to go. I don't recommend doing what he did by sleeping with your clothes, guys. It's a bit how do I say this? It's a bit not tacky, but it could get covered in different smells and scents. You bring all that shit to your bedroom, but I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that either.
Saying that, I've slept with my dog, so not in that way, but yeah, yeah. Again, just do you, but generally, just I'd
Okay,
say
okay, so what
wear
would be
pajamas.
your optimal morning routine? So obviously, the most optimal
Okay,
morning routine would start the day before. So getting plenty of sleep, then you wake up. So
yeah.
what's your next?
So, like for me to be at my absolute most productive, I need to wake up 6 a.m. or earlier. So 5:30 to 6 a.m. I wake up, I'd eat quickly, and then I go in my office. During that time, that's when my head's like, right, fucking all these ideas are coming up front, whether it's making TikTok videos, whatever. I would love to this is completely possible, by the way. So I would love to get back into that and then set myself a certain time in which it's enough time for me to come up with whatever ideas or sort anything out in the morning, and then have a specific time schedule for the gym, because at the moment I'm going by just I'm trying to rush everything and then go to the gym after. But I would love to be able to start getting up really early again. That for me makes me the most productive.
For sure. For me, I want to try. Okay, so I'll wake up, whatever, do my red light therapy, I'll pray, then I'll eat something. I'll have my smoothie, my testosterone smoothie.
Your
I'll have
testosterone smoothie.
then I'll have that. I'll have my caffeine, whatever, some supplements,
What
I
time do
used
you take caffeine?
like once I wake up, kind of, yeah.
Okay, so I can't remember if it was Richard from the group chat that told me, but essentially caffeine isn't necessary until around 11 o'clock because in the morning you've got that cortisol that gets you up and going, and
I'll
then
try that. Yeah.
yeah, that's what I've been doing at least. But yeah, I've read the caffeine's kind of useless when you take it when you wake up. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, so I'll have my smoothie, and then you're actually solving my issue kind of there because I would get very like I have a million things going through my head, and I'm like need a lot of air, like, but I'm sitting here.
Hmm.
So going for a walk once I wake up after I have that food improves insulin sensitivity, and then maybe when I come back,
Good idea,
have my caffeine. Just go for a walk. I
dude.
don't know, 10 minutes.
Dude, yeah, that's a really good idea. Like rather than just going out for 10, because at the moment I'm eating because I eat about 210 grams of porridge. I have it with a glass of orange juice, and it takes so long to digest, man. It's literally like I eat, let's say, about 9 o'clock, and then I'm at the gym, let's say 1 p.m. And if I put a belt on, I will like I get close to throwing up if I'm doing deadlifts or squats. So a walk would probably fix that issue.
Do you have cinnamon with your porridge?
Of course.
Of
Of
course.
course, man.
Yeah.
Flavor. Fuck the testosterone, man. I want the taste.
And yeah, the main things would be you wake up, don't have caffeine because it can spike your cortisol, dehydrate you potentially, and you might be depleted in your glycogen stores because you've slept, you've fasted. So first get your meal in, go for a walk potentially,
Mm.
take your supplements, hydrate. Like in the morning, it can really set you up for the day. I feel like
Yeah,
you need to prime
100%.
yourself. Like the way I start my day can really determine if I pray, I don't know, I like do some work, at least a little bit, then I'll be
Mhm.
working the whole day and I'll be in that flow state. The worst
Yeah.
things I can do is I wake up and I sit on TikTok or something. That's why like I found with posting on TikTok, I need to have the app on my phone. But then
Obviously.
yeah, and then when I have the app on my phone, I'm constantly on it. But
Hmm.
but now what I'm going to be doing is posting all my content in the evening because when I post content, I'm always checking it, always doing good.
Yeah.
So for me, I'll do something like in the evening, I'll install all my apps, I'll post all the content because I found posting them off your desktop messes with the outreach and just
I didn't I didn't even know you could post from your desktop.
for TikTok, you can schedule posts, everything. That's what I did when I
Yeah,
went to Poland. Yeah.
uh, you were MIA in Poland, and TikTok was just there posting for you, and
Yeah.
it's as if you're there with us all the time. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. There was a yeah. One thing I've noticed, like I've been toying with this now for every now and again, whenever it seems like I can, but essentially. Uh, in the mornings, I sometimes struggle to get out of bed. And when I say sometimes, I mean it's usually every single day. It takes me about half an hour to get out of bed. And this isn't from like depression or anything. This is just from like I just can't be fucked. And yeah, a lot of the time I'm just sat there with like you get the morning wood, and I'm just there like enjoying it. Just there like yeah, feels good. Having this morning wood, lying in bed. Your head starts to get sexual thoughts or whatever. But one thing I found is that if you have a place to be, like if you really have to meet a certain time frame, you will just get up regardless, and that's the cortisol doing its job. That's the actual positives of cortisol that actually wire you to go from A to B as well. So it's not just testosterone that's important. Cortisol stress, which is often demonized because of chronic stress, which does lower testosterone. Cortisol does have its utility, and oftentimes cortisol can be a successful hormone, a hormone of success.
Yeah. And yeah, I definitely found when I have to be somewhere, I just get out of bed and I go. When I
Yeah.
have to get the bus, I don't know, to go to Dublin, I just
Hmm.
get up and I do it. And like the things that could be, I'm like, oh, it'll take me maybe a half an hour. I'll do it in 2 minutes. I'll just do it and I'll go. That's how. That's why when you have your own business and you're doing your own thing, you have to be very disciplined. But then I don't know. It's I don't know. Maybe like potentially when I have like a bigger team, always have like morning meetings or something. I'll have to be there.
Now, yeah, that's really that's all. Because I was just thinking in my head of trying to like figure a way to solve the problem. And if you do morning meetings, that automatically like puts you in. Like as soon as you wake up, you're like, shit, I got to prepare for this. That gets you out of bed, and of course, you got that morning cortisol. That's going to get things done. I think that's a really good thing to do. And yeah,
I
I'd
like I
say.
like doing like live streams on like TikTok because it gets me fired. Because then I have these noobs question me and I want to defend myself and I get into this state.
Arguing with you. I want to have an argument. Do you watch that video I sent?
Yeah, I seen it.
Monty Python. Oh, that's fucking brilliant.
Uh,
Yeah. But yeah, like I found that if I find it difficult to set those goals in the sense that like, right, I need to be up at this certain time, I need to do this because there's no urgency. But if, for example, I've got like today as an example, my client, I had him about 2 o'clock. No homo. I made that sound weird. So my appointment with the client was 2 o'clock, and I was like, okay, I woke up a bit late, but I also didn't get much sleep last night. I had about 6.5 hours sleep. But I got up straight away. I shut the fuck up. A bit late, but I essentially like I still met time. And usually, like on a normal day, I would wake up the same time and I'd be out the gym about 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Today I got out before 2 p.m., literally 1:30. And it's like, okay, what the fuck is happening here? It's that urgency of having that client, knowing that I cannot not be there in time,
yeah,
that gives me that direction that makes me hit those targets, and that's what we should somehow aim to organize within our lives.
definitely.